Hi y'all, this is Bonnie. Welcome to the Bonnie Life, where life happens and where we have reached 10,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How did that happen? I have no idea, but I'm so excited. I just happened to pop on it last night. And I just kind of stopped breathing for a minute. I was like, what happened? And it was good because yesterday I tried to make a video that I wanted to go out yesterday. And, man, it was tough. I'm going to do part of it now because this is just going to be a life update and a whole bunch of information video being thrown out at y'all. And there's going to be a lot of links in the description to videos in the past because I'm just going to be so discombobulated. But yesterday I was trying to do this and I burst out crying. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do it that way. I wasn't crying about the subscribers. I'm thrilled about the subscribers. But, see, I'm so discombobulated. I don't know how to even get around to this. This is going to be kind of a story time and kind of a this and a that and a the other. So before I get started, for those of you who have ordered pins, if you have not seen the video with your pin, I will link it here. And I'll try to send you emails with the link because I only got like a few replies back saying they were okay, and for those who were okay, I sent invoices, and most of those have paid, but I have literally got boatloads of pins over here with no okays to invoice on. So please let me know if you liked it or if you need to see it or whatever. If you want changes, let me know so that I can get those invoices, because my brain, I can't. I can't do that. My sister's going to help me get the ones that have been paid shipped Thursday. Today we tried and both of us were just brain fried, and I just can't. My brain oh, my poor brain. It's been going around in circles. Somebody asked me recently in a comment, you always come on and say, oh, I've been so busy, and everybody knows that I have agoraphobia and I don't leave my house hardly ever. And I'll get into more about my agoraphobia later. But what could keep you so busy? And I thought about it for a minute and I was like, well, if you start, because she wanted to start a YouTube channel. And I said, well, if you start a YouTube channel, you know what I mean. It can keep you busy, but not to that extent. The things that keep me busy are these ruminations in my mind and this constant studying of stuff. These, for instance, everybody in my family is in the medical field. I've said that before. And anybody in the medical field knows you have continuing education courses. And since my best friend was killed, and I'm looking at all these technical, I have her medical records right here, I'm trying to understand them. So anytime they do a continuing education course, I ask for their book information. I ask them to give me their books and tests and everything so that I can try with what limited brain capacity I have to do it. I'm not stupid. I'm in a brain fog all the time. So, but I've been studying a lot and trying to learn all this medical terminology, and I've learned a lot, but I don't retain it very well. So anyway, so much has happened, y'all. I don't even know where to start. I went to the dentist. And thank you all for your well wishes and your thoughts. And I know this seems like I'm jumping around, and I am, because I'm Bonnie. If you're new here, welcome. Sometimes I flow. Sometimes I'm a hot mess mama, and I am one today. I'm sorry. But welcome. Thank you, and I hope that you stay tuned, subscribe so that you can see me when I'm not a mess like I am today. So, there's a lot of information to put out. The dentist thing was a nightmare. Yeah, as you see, I still have my teeth, but that's not going to last. The surgery was not done, and if you have followed me for a while, for over a year, you will note that I'm often saying I have a dentist appointment, or I had a dentist appointment, or I just got back from the dentist. I go to the dentist a lot, and that's because I have been trying to save my teeth. I have been trying and throwing money at these teeth for so long because I have a bone disease, and my bones are just, they're going, you know, to the point I saw the periodontist. She was going to try to do a bone graft on one of my teeth. She looked at the x-rays. Her assistant did the test with the little pokey needles where she went down. Noticed that one of them was at a 12 or a 3 is normal. It's like, well, there's no bone there. This tooth, I have no idea how it's hanging in there. I don't know. Neither does my dentist. So at my appointment, my dentist just said, it's time to stop. And so all of my teeth are coming out. Yeah, I'm going to have full dentures, and that sucks because I have thrown so much money at these teeth just to try to keep them. And there's also decay, and that's what I've been, you know, I keep going in and getting them filled and getting them filled and getting them filled because I drink diet pop like I should drink water. I have constant chronic dry mouth, and nothing satiates it like a good old caffeine-free diet soda. Horrible for me, I know, horrible. In more ways than my teeth. So I felt really bad because I realized partially it was something I did to myself. And, I mean, I don't know, what do you have, 28 teeth? All of mine have to go. And I could see some people, you know, like if you had rotten or chipped out teeth and they were all missing, or you had gaps, I think it's made harder for me to accept that I have to wear dentures because I don't hate my smile. It's who I am. It's part of my character. It could be better. It could be whiter. It could be, you know, everybody has those feelings unless they have perfect teeth. But the imperfection, I don't know, maybe it's the imperfections that make me happy. And I've never been afraid to smile, ever. I have never done this when I talk, you know, or, you guys know that. I'm laughing and smiling all the time. And now, I don't know. If I can't imagine having like a picket fence dentures, or I have no idea. So I've been researching on YouTube like crazy because I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I'm afraid of not looking like me. Not that I think I'm wonderful. I'm just me. And I don't want to change. I'd like to lose some weight. I'd like to lose the weight I gained, but I don't want to change. You know what I mean? Your smile, it says so much about you, and I have just never been self-conscious, even though some people may think I should be. I'm not. And to have all of your teeth, well, most of my teeth, and some of my really back molars are gone, like my wisdom teeth and one next to it on this side. But to have saved them this long, and by the way, it's hereditary. It's something everyone in my family has, and I'm the only one that does not have dentures. I have gone the longest saving my teeth in my family. Everybody else had theirs pulled in their 20s and 30s. My mom was like 21, I think, and so I'm in my 50s. So I'll give myself a little pat on the back, because I made it to my 50s, and nobody else was able to. They didn't have the fluoride stuff that I've had, which I've heard that's not so great either. But yeah, so that's where I stand with that. And let me know, please, if you would like me to document and vlog that journey, because I don't know what else to do. Apparently they pull your teeth, and that same day you get some temporary dentures that are going to look like horse teeth, and I'm going to have trouble talking, and do you guys want me on this? Do you want to see me like that? I don't know. If you do, I'll vlog the experience and maybe help somebody else along the way who's wanting dentures, or scare them to death. I don't know how that'll work out, but let me know what you guys think. I'm just scared. So, and I'm scared of the pain of having all my teeth pulled. What else did I have to talk about? 10K, 10,000 subs. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I think what I'm going to do is a Q&A. I was going to do a giveaway, but right now, I'm having trouble. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I'm struggling with my panic attacks and agoraphobia, and leaving the house is not something that I'm doing very well. I'm doing better. I'm doing okay. But if I have somebody with me, and that only leaves me Tuesdays and Thursdays with my sister, and I get just overwhelmed inside my own house at the stuff that I have to do, just the daily routine. Even shower, you know, getting a shower, putting on makeup, doing anything like that is like, ugh. I'm just not in a good place. So I think a Q&A, if that's okay with you guys. I don't know. Do you even have questions? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So, to the last part of this, to the final finale, one of the reasons I have been struggling so bad is because I am sincerely and desperately missing my friend. And I know it's been almost a year, but I can't help it. I want to pick up the phone and call her. There's so many things that I'm just like, oh, I want to call her. There's times that I forget she's gone, and I'm like, you know, just on the verge of picking up the phone, and it's like, oh crap, she's not going to be there. And I come in my room and I stare at the box that her cremains were in, and that I now have some of her trinkets and doodads in, and her little shrine I have up there with her picture and her gypsy stuff. And I just don't know. I don't know how to cope. It's just grief. I know. I'm sure it's normal grief, but I think it's a little different because of the way I lost her, because she was murdered, and that we got no justice, and some evidence came up. This is really, this is why I was bawling when I was trying to make a video yesterday. I can hold it together today. So I was looking for our dental insurance records because I have to get dentures, and I came across this this envelope which had it says Carrie Beth Medical Records. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take a peek through these and see if anything catches my eye that I haven't already caught. Now remember, if you don't remember, I'll put a link for people who are new. The reason that the man wasn't charged was because there was too much reasonable doubt, because she waited too long to call for an ambulance after she was beaten. She went home and went to bed, and his defense was anything could have happened during that time. She waited until she woke up and called the police, and she could have slipped in the bathtub, or she could have somebody else could have beat her up. Okay, so that was his defense, and there was enough reasonable doubt. This is what gets me now. When she got to the hospital, she was coherent, alert, and oriented, and it says so. So I want to read this. I have from two different statements here from the hospital. Unfortunately, I didn't highlight it all. And you guys tell me what you think about this, because I'm about to go bonkers on the district attorney's office in Michigan. So first, let's prove that she was. This is also why I battled so hard against stigmatizing mental illness, because I hate this. So she showed up with a chief complaint, subdural hematoma and respiratory failure. So she had a brain bleed and she wasn't breathing. That was after, but when she arrived, it says, this is what gets me. This is the very first thing. Now, she had a lot of health problems. A lot of health problems. She had surgery so many times. She had kidney disease. History of present illness. It says this is a 48-year-old white female with a past medical history of bipolar disorder. What does that matter? What is that? Of all the things that she went to that hospital for, and she went to this hospital a lot, to the ER, and I have record of that through her YouTube videos. But yet, that's the only thing they list from her medical. This was after she was transferred to another hospital, and it says, reportedly she had been hit repeatedly several times in the head by a person who is known to her. She awoke and was noted to have a severe headache and called 911. While at the other hospital, she had a CT of her head which showed a holohemispheric subdural hematoma with a 6 mm shift. At that point in time, she was alert and oriented, but was complaining of a headache and feeling somewhat foggy. She was alert and oriented, okay? Okay. So, when I go back to, that just talks about all of her things. When I go back to that initial hospital who took the report before she was gone, it says, this is a 48-year-old female who presented to the emergency department this afternoon after being assaulted. She was reported to be hit in the head several times by a person known to her. She remembered the incident upon arrival and, per notes, stated that after she was hit multiple times in the head, this person drove her home. After she was hit, he drove her home, where she remained throughout the night. Upon waking, she had a severe headache, nausea, and called 911. There's her testimony. How is this not admissible in court? She was alert and oriented. She remembered who did it. She remembered that he did it before he brought her back to her house and dumped her in the yard where she had to crawl into the house. She remembered all of that when she arrived. The patient was alert and oriented, again, it says it again, in the emergency department, but she was very emotional and distraught. Of course she was. She admitted to severe headache, blurred vision, and nausea, as well as feeling foggy. She also stated, get this, okay? Get this. This is evidence, in my opinion. She also stated that she had been having ongoing left-sided weakness. Now, what he did to her paralyzed her on her right side, but okay, so remember that. I'm going to start bawling again. So she admitted to severe headache, blurred vision, and nausea, as well as feeling foggy. Oh, okay, sorry. She also stated that she had been having ongoing left-sided weakness as well as bowel and bladder incontinence since she was assaulted during another incident with the same person 6 months prior. At that time, she did not seek medical attention, but stated that this weakness and incontinence has not changed. She also underwent a CT of her cervical spine, which was noted to be negative. Chest x-ray showed old and healing rib fractures. You son of a... oh, please let me talk to you in person. Please, please, please. She was evaluated by Nurse Surgical Services. They felt it was prudent to take her to the operating room emergently. She was given 50 grams of mannitol and taken to the operating room. She underwent a left-sided craniectomy for evacuation of the subdural hematoma with placement of a subdural drain and placement of 2 epidural JP drains. Post-operatively, she was transferred to the neurosurgical ICU and seemed to be improving. However, at approximately 5 a.m., her neurostatus exam began to decline. And then this one talks about palliative care and what was agreed upon by the family and where they went from there. So, which, you know, ultimately she died. And this guy has spent 1 day in jail. So, I'm trying to process all of this, talking to the DA. The DA came in while I was there, or a detective. Somebody came in while I was at the hospital and said they needed her to talk. Well, she was unable to talk. She totally stroked out from the brain hemorrhages, and she didn't have the ability to speak at all. She couldn't say a single solitary word. She couldn't make a noise. She couldn't do anything. Plus, she had a tracheostomy in her throat. Come on, guys. And a ventilator. She wasn't able to speak. And so he said he told us, the family, that the man admitted to it, to hitting her. He said he only hit her once, though, not hard enough to do that. And they were arresting him. He was in jail. In fact, they told us that he was in jail. And we were awaiting pretrial. But he needed her to talk because if she couldn't be cross-examined on what she told the hospital, this is hearsay. How is it hearsay? Because the hospital wrote it down and they said she said it, and can't they just interview the hospital staff? Because if I'm on the jury and I read this and I know that somebody in the hospital staff wrote it down and what she said, and then it's followed up with more information, I'm going to take that into consideration, right? Wouldn't you? So I wanted to know what happened when he was arrested. What did he say? Well, I know he was arrested. I saw and printed off his arrest sheet, which had his mugshot on it. I printed off all the documents, all the court, all of the dockets on the court where he was on the court for pretrial every time, because I wanted to be either present or be kept aware. And so I contact that the law enforcement with the Freedom of Information Act, and I got this back. I don't know if you can read it, but look at the box marked. My Freedom of Information Act was denied. And it says, denied, see comments on the enclosed notification. Under the FOIA Section 10, you have a right to appeal to the head of this public body or to a judicial review of the denial. What's the point, though? Because here's the reason. Oh, my gosh. Right there. There's the check mark for the reason. And it says, to the best of the department's knowledge, information, and belief under the information provided by you or by any other description reasonably known to the department, the public records do not exist. Are you kidding me? And what do I have copies printed off of? No pretrial, no arrest. What? Who's lying? Who's something is wrong. So when people ask, what are you busy with? I am busy trying to study the law in the state that this happened in. I am busy trying to study medical terminology so I can understand what all of this means. I am busy trying to contact people and get information because nobody wants to talk about it anymore. She didn't even have an obituary. It's just like, it was so sad that it was for her family. I think, I don't know, but I think it's just like, it's too sad. They can't touch it anymore. They're done. They're over it. They don't want to talk about it. And I get that. It's okay. I'm not them, though. I'm not done. It's not over for me. I've got... don't start crying, Bonnie. Don't do it. I have a best friend who is dead, who was murdered. And I can't accept that. I can't just go on. No offense to them. I swear, I love them like they're my own family. But some kind of justice, some admittance. So I went on Facebook, and yeah, call me a Facebook stalker. I don't know if I am. I don't think I am. I haven't harassed anybody. But I wrote this guy a letter because he claimed he was innocent. I read a letter that he wrote her sister that said, oh, they got the right guy now. I think it's okay for us to talk. What right guy? What right guy? She said you. So I wrote him, and I said, you know who I am. I'm her best friend, Bonnie. Will you please write me? Can we talk? I just want some answers so I can get some closure. I'm grieving terribly. Nope. He won't talk to me. Or he won't write me back. He won't acknowledge that he even got the Facebook message. I have his phone number. I've thought about calling him, but then am I harassing him? I don't know. I don't know. Even if he would just admit to me that he did it and he didn't go to jail. I mean, they dismissed the case. I don't know if they can reopen it. He wasn't acquitted, I don't think. I don't know. Those are things I'm studying. That's why I'm busy. And her clothes that have sat here for a long time. I'll show you a clip. Yay me. I finally got rid of them. Some people will be mad that I didn't take them to be donated or to a women's shelter. But there was some bad juju with those clothes. And here I am after, what was it? I think 10 months. As long as it took me to figure out that they weren't her, you know, that she wore those clothes, but they weren't her. I knew it wasn't her style, but her caregiver had put her in those clothes, and they had belonged to her sister who had died. So, and in my video, there was orbs always floating around over here because I always kept her clothes right here next to me in a bag. So yeah, here's a short clip of me taking those to the trash. Yay me. That was tough. My sister was with me, so she encouraged me and applauded me and was like, yeah, you did it. And it was a Tuesday. It was a Thursday, and I was like, well, we have until Wednesday. If I change my mind, I can go dig in the trash and pull them back out. But I didn't. I let them go. And I have felt better about that. So, oh my gosh, y'all. Are you still following this conversation? Who would want to spend any time with me in person? They would do everything to get out of this conversation, I'm sure. So, anyway, what's that? Oh, what else? Oh, so, like I said, I've been throwing money at my teeth, and now I have to get dentures, which are going to be expensive. And the day I made the video telling you guys that I had the dentist appointment, yeah, that day I had gone and I spent my savings. I bought Dennis a boat for his birthday. I spent all of my savings and got him a boat. And the next day found out that I need dentures. So I'm going to have to pull a rabbit out of my hat. Which I'm pretty good at doing in a crunch. I'll figure it out. But I don't regret it. I don't regret it because Dennis never gets to do anything. That man works himself to the bone. I've never known a more hardworking man. And we rarely get to see each other. And one of the places that I feel safe, that's what I said I was going to talk about my agoraphobia and panic a little bit later. When people are, when I've been out, like to my local thrift store or the grocery store, if it's a good day for me, I can do that. No problem. I can do that. If it's a good day. If it's a bad day, I send my sister. I wait for my sister, which I did today. Today was like, here's your list. Just go take my card. Go buy me some groceries. I can't do this. I can't do life. But on the most part, for the most part, if I'm feeling good, I can get out and do those things. But if Dennis is around, I can do all kinds of things. If he's as safe a place for me as my couch. My couch is my most safe place. I get in the corner. But yeah, Dennis he's pretty safe all around for me. So as long as he's with me, I can do a lot of things. I can't like leave the state. I have in the past, extra medicated. I don't get to enjoy it because I'm stoned out of my gourd with my Xanax. But, you know, to help keep me from panicking. But, you know, locally around where we live, I can go places. So we live near a lake, and at that lake is where we camped, where our families camped. It's where my brother-in-law proposed to his wife. They've been married like 17 years now, I think. It's where I had Carrie's celebration of life. It's where I spread her ashes. My other best friend, Marla, who committed suicide. Boy, I have a great life of luck, don't I, with friends. That's where we had her celebration of life. And we took the boat out. I'll show you some footage here of us. It's nice. It's not an extremely expensive $20,000 boat or nothing like that. It's not crazy. It's a bass fishing boat, but it's comfortable for me. I can read a book and lay there and just being on the water and the peace and knowing that it's so full of memories, and I feel like they're with me there. I feel a sense of serenity and peace, and the birds singing, and just the rocking of the boat. And I can imagine myself taking a book and all the things that I would. I know Dennis is going to enjoy fishing. I've made his birthday present all about me. I got Dennis a boat, and I'm going to have the best time on it. But yes, I can go out on the boat when I'm having a good day. And so I did. And the day after he got it, we went out. After I got the bad news, I was like, let's go to the lake. And we went. I can't stay out a long time because when it's time for my medicine again, it's time for me to go. Medicine starts wearing off. I don't take no chances. Having a panic attack on the lake would be the worst thing that could happen to me, because then I couldn't go back. And if I can't go back, that would be so sad for me. I don't know if I could handle it. So, yeah, that's that. So, I am sorry for the length of this. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how long this is. I'm not even going to look. I just saw a big number. I thank you all for joining me on this journey. It's taken a year. For those of you who've been with me since the beginning, I have no idea why, but I just couldn't thank you more. For those of you who joined me in the trip along the way, I am so grateful for you. I'm grateful for all of you, for your support. For new people, thank you, especially for coming on at a time when I'm doing this, which is not what I typically do. Please stick around. There's better to come, I promise. And, you know, hang in there. For those of you with struggles, and for those of you who are dealing with trials and tribulations and grief, and if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm still here. I'm still kicking. And we'll get through it. I love you guys. I really, truly do. And I'm so grateful for you. And always will be. I'll be back. I'll have some wish hauls, some Joom hauls. I don't know what I'm going to do. The camera is my oyster. I love you guys. God bless you. Take care. Mama, I'm great. Bye, guys.